Okay, this is the idea. PostMortem, it's about the death of my parents.
Yes.
Did you know this is funny? Because right when I look at that, I'm like, this is comedy. This is funny. Just that alone.
Yeah.
Like I want to hear that. I want to hear about your did you have a lot of dysfunction?
In my family?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course, yes. But it really, like, this special, it digresses a lot, of course, but it's really about when my dad and my stepmother died 2 years ago this coming May.
Oh, boy.
9 days apart. And it was just great. It was just it's funny because when my people in my family have come to watch this show, I always go like, listen, it's comedy, whatever, but they can't believe it. It's all true. Like, which I don't feel like is a selling point because I'm not beholden to the truth at all. But it was.
You couldn't write this, and you did.
Hey, you couldn't write this, folks.
But you wrote it.
But I did. Yeah, no, it was. I've never had a special come out so soon after another special, but they were dying as my last special came out. So I was at square one when all I had to talk about was like the only material I had to work off of was the eulogy I gave at my dad's funeral. Like, because there were a lot of funny, he was really funny.
Right. But it wasn't like they died. You go, oh, this is great material. It was like, I'm going to suffer for a while. And then you kind of wrote.
It was brutal, but.
How do you, I mean, everyone gets through this shit, the way they do.
Yeah. But I'm not unique.
No, but you always, you can't really understand it until it happens. Right. And then it happens and there's this numbness that you get.
Yeah. I don't know. It's different for grief. Listen, we've had a lot of people, friends, family die, right? When you're comics or in the comedy world, it's, pretty
every week.
Constant. And, you learn that grief is, you can't control it. So just be along for the ride. When my mother died, I didn't cry at all. And then, that you just like 2 weeks later when I'm home and in line at Gelson's, I just start sobbing, like it's just, you can't control it. Just let it do its thing.
Were they expected deaths?
No. One, we always joked about and assumed that my dad would die first. My stepmother was like, she was 80, but you would never know it. And she was like really active and loved. She was like incredible athlete and just very alive and loved life. But she got cancer out of nowhere, stage 4 pancreatic cancer. And listen, we would have them record their doctor's appointments and post it on our WhatsApp chain, our family WhatsApp chain, when they were older, so that we could listen and make sure everything was being taken care of. And this one we knew was going to be really bad. I talk about it in my special, but listening to it was crazy because it really showed who each parent was. Like Janice is so, that you hear the doctor go, Janice, I'm so sorry to tell you this, but you have stage 4 pancreatic. And then you just hear this very loud, low rolling fart. And I know it's my dad. And it's not like I had never heard him fart before. I've never heard him fart. It's not like, dad farts all the time.
It's a fart.
It is a fart. We played it over and over and over, needless to say.
What a punchline.
And I know it was my dad because he did not have the tools to deal with this.
Right.
So like his
Couldn't
body
comprehend.
took over. So of course now I'm sitting there going, stage 4 pancreatic, what? But I pieced it together. It was cancer. Anyway, the craziest thing was their reactions, because you hear Janice and she's so Janice, like she just goes, well, I'll just do everything you tell me. I'll fight it and I'll do everything you say, And then my dad, I'm moving the mic away. This is what you hear on the WhatsApp. I'm alone!
No.
I'm fucking serious. And then he said, I'm a widow!
Emotionally.
I had to call him and say, Dad, you cannot speak this way in front of your alive wife. It was crazy.
I'm sorry for laughing.
No,
This is really horribly funny.
And then he's crying to me like, I don't want to be here without her.
Oh, God.
And I've never heard him cry, and I'm trying to console him. And I said, well, statistically you won't. But I didn't know that would come true. They died 9 days apart. But she died. It was so tragic because she loved life so much. And then his death was like amazing because he just wanted to go. He wanted to be with her.
Yeah.
And he probably could have lived a little longer, but he was like,
lights out.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And we just kind of dueled them through death.